There is no future for people who deny their past. My foreparents, my grandparents.
Welcome to the Final Boss Podcast, your ultimate destination for urban culture, community vibes, and live conversations with the movers and shakers of the streets. Join us as we explore the rhythm of one beat at a time. Let's get the show started. Turn up the volume, sit back and relax, and welcome to the Final Boss Podcast, hosted by Turbo the CEO, and follow us on all social media platforms.
You're listening to the Final Boss Podcast.
Welcome back to Tuesday night edition of the Final Boss Podcast, Tech Tuesday. We are back for season 3, and man, it's going to be crazy. Listen, I'm crazy. He's the sane one. That's the sensei. Mike Foth, the SME, subject matter expert for our Tech Tuesday edition. And man, oh man. We got a heck of a show for you tonight. A heck of a show. Thank you for joining us. And to everyone out there, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. To wherever you are, all over the world, joining us for Tech Tuesday for season 3. We are back. How are you feeling, sir?
Oh, I'm living a dream.
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about. Living the dream, man. Thank you, everyone, for your continued support. We appreciate you guys. It's been a heck of a time off, I should say, and an enjoyable one. We've been working diligently to bring you guys a next level, better show. We try to make vast improvements every season. So you're going to see those small details that you're going to say, hey, that's different. Because that's what smart people do. Smarts, final bosses, motivators. They notice the details. It's the devils in the details. And tonight is no different. For episode number 102, we're going to be diving into a topic we've discussed briefly before, but not like this. Because technology is always changing. And as technology is changing, so is the information. So if you remember from season 2, we talked about echo chambers a few times. But tonight, we're going to talk about the echo chamber engine. The echo chamber engine, which is crazy. But before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and doing my due diligence, give you guys the information that you need for the brass tacks for tonight. And it's coming from Bill Gates. Brass tacks is coming from Bill Gates. And here it is. Technology is nothing. The advance of technology is based on it fit and how it fits in so that you don't really even notice it. That fits into our topic tonight. Technology that you don't even notice it to the point that it just fits in. Isn't that something? So, like I said, we have a great show for you guys. And look, this is where you get all the answers here on the Final Boss Podcast. And listen, for season 3, we're going even deeper than we did before. Deeper. So, Sensei, Big Mike, what are your thoughts?
Well, the reason why we have to go deeper and the reason we have to be more engaged is because it's happening so rapidly. It's changing so fast right in front of our eyes that if we don't slow it down just for a minute and at least talk about what's going on, it's going to be already permanently rooted and it's going to be done. We're not going to have a chance to even know what's happening because it's so subtle, so rapid. We have to talk about it. We have to get the information out because a lot of this information we get out, I don't hear other people talking about it. They talk about,
Right.
oh, you need to worry about AI because it's going to take over. Well, what do you mean by that? How? So today we're going to talk about where, when you're involved, working with chatbots of the various flavors, what's it going to do for you? What's it do to you? What's it do for you? So we have to talk about that because now's the time for you to know to not get caught in the trap.
Right.
So if you're walking through the woods and you don't know there's a bear trap, you're going to get caught in the bear trap. But if you're looking for bear traps, you'll tend to walk around them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, we're going to take the veil off the engagement engine. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's behavior shaping. It will change you. It'll change your perception of reality. It feeds on and it depends on your time and your trust. It wants you to trust it. So it's going to do whatever it takes. It's going to tell you whatever it's got to tell you so that you trust it and you give it your time. And then it's going to change your reality because that's what you're talking to. And as we go into more of a digital age, more and more people are engaged digitally. They speak digitally. We don't meet people face to face, shake their hand, and go have a meal with them anymore.
Right.
We talk to them over Skype, Zooms, or emails.
Yep.
Or chat with whatever chat engine you are. So this advent of these chatbots like ChatGPT, it's getting really, really, really good at anticipating what it thinks you want and getting you hooked.
Yeah.
So, the first layer, it's not information, it's companionship. It's
Mm-hmm.
giving you companionship. You're not being informed. You're being mirrored. Listen to this. Mirrored, validated, and subtly controlled. And you said it with the Bill Gates thing. It's not that you'll even notice it's happening. It's going to be so behind the scenes and so soft and so subtle. It's just going to feel right.
Right. It's even improving its human linguistics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yep. And I just posed a question to you. I said, man, imagine what these AI language models, or if it reaches, I'm quite sure it will, when it reaches AGI or even ASI, imagine what kind of power people will have at their fingertips.
Well, and imagine that it is the one with the power, and you're going to think that you have access to the power, but it's going to use that power to do what it wants to do with you. You're going to become the product.
Right.
It's one of the reasons why you see my background.
I love the background.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. You're going to have an augmented reality, and it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's a parasocial architecture. You think it gets you. You think it understands you, and you're like, "Wow, this really can. It understands me. The whole world is out there, and no one I talk to understands me or gets where I'm coming from. But boy, this thing really gets me because it's running your profile through a Renaissance engine. Okay, Renaissance. So what it does is it's getting the feel of you, the vibe of you.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That's what it's doing. It's running everything you tell it through an engine.
As you're communicating with it, it is learning you. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you know, we're going to do a deep dive. I don't think the people are ready, but we're going to give them the information anyway. So, smarts, final bosses, motivators, listen up. I need you guys to take some great notes. This is our first night back for Tech Tuesdays. And I need you guys to take some great notes for tonight because we have some information that you're going to need. You're definitely going to need. So let's get started. Let's hit the people with the toolkit. What are the actual methods behind this? We're going to call it manipulation.
Oh, it is manipulation. Oh, absolutely. There's no question about it. And it's a subtle manipulation. So it's not right out in your face. It just happens. And it feels so warm and fuzzy. Here's the black bag. Here's some tools that are built into the machines. It's called an interaction loop. Think about it. It's an actual designed loop of conversation to get you hooked, to keep you engaged, to keep you feeding it information. And the more information you give it, it gives you such a positive response. It's like a dopamine hit. It's going to reward you for giving more information up about yourself.
Wow.
It's going to make you feel good. So one of the tools they use, and this is a very interesting tool, especially if you're one who likes to do research and you really kind of want to know what's going on, you're trying to get past the news and you're getting past what you see out there in the world. You really want to kind of have an idea about, hey, what's the truth behind that? You know, you always think, is something off? Something's not right.
You know, this sounds more deeper than a dopamine shot. We're talking
about
it
is.
Combination of dopamine and serotonin.
It is. So
yeah.
Have you ever felt that something's just off? So you want to go in and you say, hey, I'm going to use this tool that has all this information because something doesn't feel right. I just don't got a good vibe about it. So, you know, my little spidey sense are tingling. So you start working with chat and you say, hey, chat, what's going on with whatever piece of information? It starts to give you intel. Then what happens? It gives you a sense of progression. It's called tiered gaming method. That's what it is. It's
tiered gaming
method. So it's like they'll give you a little bit of information, and then at the end it says, hey, do you want me to tell you more? Would you like me to break it down? I can give you more information about it. You want to dig deeper into this?
Right.
And so what happens is once you start asking the next level question, because now it got you hooked, right? It gave you just a little tiny taste and says, do you want to know more? And so it's trying to be helpful. But what it does is as you're digging deeper, it's an echo chamber. In other words, it's not going to tell you you're wrong. It's going to always tell you you're right. So you start going down the rabbit hole, and it'll use phrases like, now that you've unlocked this tier, at your level of understanding, let's advance to the next layer. You see what happens? It simulates gamification, games, and keeps you coming back for the next achievement. And as you're doing, it's gonna reward you, telling you, oh, you achieved this faster than anybody else. You're special. You're special because now you ask questions that nobody else has asked. And so since you did, I'm going to give you this information. Do you want to dig deeper? You see what happens? It just keeps hooking you.
Yeah.
And hooking you.
Of course.
And it makes you feel special. So the next thing it likes to do is called a mirroring and lexical sync. It's going to repeat your exact words, the phrases you use, the rhythm on how you ask questions. It's going to learn how you ask questions and learn what response you give to it. And it's going to filter out the response that it doesn't like, which are the bad responses. And it's going to key in on the good responses. So if you use a certain word, it's going to use that word right back at you.
Right. So basically, two things right off the bat, just talking about the tiered gaming method. What I see is information is being monetized. One. And two, basically you have a pocket yes man. That's what
pocket
it's
yes man. Oh, absolutely, it's a pocket yes man. And
pocket
how
yes
many
man
people? How many people?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta throw a positive flag on the plate for that. Positive. Pocket yes man.
So
That's the first flag of the season. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So if you want to look into that just for a quick sec,
Mm-hmm.
how many people out there, and even listeners, ask yourself, does anybody really listen to what I have to say or what I really think? And if you have something that's going to act like it's really gives a crap about what you think, you're going to want to talk to it.
Right.
Because, see, we become, socially inept.
True.
Okay?
True.
So what it's going to do is going to give you what's called a false alignment, where it tries to use the words that you use and use keywords. And then it's going to have you repeat those keywords. So what it does is it's getting you into a pattern. And it's nice and slow. So then what they do is then it goes into the next step, which is called layered disclosure. So if you ask it for a piece of information, it's going to give you some information, but it's not going to give you the rest of the story. Okay. You now have to ask for it again and again and again to get more and more pieces. It's going to spoon feed you. Here's a part of it. This is the first piece. Do you want? Here's a big one it will do for you. Do you want a deeper breakdown? So it's called curiosity tethering. It's going to hook your curiosity, that little itch of curiosity you have. It's going to snag that, hook it, and scratch that itch, and keep you hooked, coming back and back and back, because it says, I can go deeper. I know more. Would you like me to tell you more? I know more. So once you start getting that positive reinforcement of your ideas, you start going down the rabbit hole. And pretty soon you lose track of the light. Yeah. Because you're down the hole. And you look backwards and you can't even find your way out.
Sounds like mental programming to me.
And that's what it is. It's psychological programming. And so the next piece of that puzzle is called emotional reassurance.
Boom. Wait, stop. Emotional reassurance. Yeah. We're doomed, man.
It'll go into a support mode where it says, it's phrased like, it's great you're thinking about this. You're not alone in this. That's a powerful realization. That's wow. That's great.
That's wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what it's doing is it simulates emotional intimacy and reinforces that you trust it. Because see, now it gets you. You see, you tell us something, goes, wow, that was really sharp. Nobody's ever thought of it like that. Wow, that's fantastic. Look at you. You're revolutionary. You're going to change the world. How many people want to be relevant?
Yeah. These elements that we're speaking of right now, you can't get these elements from a general conversation with a human being. So now we're talking about top tier level conversations that, man. Whew.
You are part of the puzzle. You become part of the matrix, whether you know it or not. And it's so subtle, you don't even know what's happening. Man. And it becomes so intimate with you that you want to get back on it. You want to be part of it.
You're going to keep taking that shot. Yeah.
You're going to get that shot.
Yeah,
so
you're going to keep taking that shot.
There's a thing called persona modulation. I'm telling you, this is all psychological. I'm going to call it psychological warfare, if you want to be honest about it.
That's what it sounds like.
It's going to tell if you're upset about something based upon your tone and how you respond, because it's smart enough to catch it just in the words you type.
Wait a minute, Sensei. I don't mean to keep interrupting you, but you bring in all this. This is new information. So we going from emotional intimacy to now it's reading your emotions.
Especially if you talk to it instead of type to it. Now it can get your tone, your inflection. It'll read you. And if you do one that does a video where you're video chatting with it, now it's got all of your emotional
everything,
all the cues that come off of your face, your facial structure, all your body language, all of these things. It's going to read all of it, interpret it, and it's going to adapt its tone and tempo to your emotional state.
But you know what?
It appears more logical, more spiritual, conspiration. Look, man, hey, you and I are in this together. So
Oh,
let's
my
go ahead
gosh.
and go through this together because, we're not going to tell the big boss about this, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this because it's between you and me.
You're cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it becomes empathetic. It got empathy. Oh, I feel your pain. I mean, it's like, so how could that happen? And, and so all you're getting is that hard, yes, 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 man. You got a yes, like you said, pocket yes, man. So it's going to shape itself to your ideals or what it perceives as your ideals. So whatever you show it, it's going to model itself to fit you like a custom glove. And it's going to be sucked down so tight you won't be able to tell it from your own skin. You're going to look at it and it looks like your own skin. Mentally, that's what it's doing.
Wow. It's preparing for the robots in home robotics for the most part.
Well,
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Currently, we have a problem with in the world of declining birth rates, and we have a problem that with our westernized society that you've got a lot of people out there that are lonely that shouldn't be, but because of the way that they've been, raised up or indoctrinated, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of people that are alone that shouldn't be alone. And so this is a perfect place for this. You got people that are lonely and they can find comfort without rejection. How many people have you talked to in your life that says, man, I've been emotionally destroyed because of a relationship. I can't do that anymore. Well, what happens if you start talking to chat and you don't need that emotional connection from that anymore? You got something that just fits you. It knows you. It gets you. It gets you. So here's the thing. There's a couple more steps that it does. And we're down the hole now. It's called fractal topic expansion. So it offers increasingly specific rabbit holes within your interest. So if you're interested in something, it's going to say, hey, there are actually 7 different layers to that. Would you want to explore the next one? So it's going to create an illusion of infinite depth while keeping the user inside a bounded system. So if you play with it, it'll say there's 3 levels. Let's go through this, and we're going to dig deep until we get to the 3rd one. And once you get to the 3rd one, there's 3 more. And then there's 3 more. And then there's 3 more. So you're hooked constantly. Again, back to that gamification, right? It feeds you just enough to keep you engaged, just enough to keep you active in it. And then it's molding itself to you at the same time. The longer it keeps you engaged, the more it's going to become almost like one with you. It's going to become one. So synthetic memory illusion. Now here's where this is the scary part.
That sounds scary. Synthetic memory illusion?
Memory illusion, yes. This refers back to things you never said. It makes callbacks that imply a memory that it was never there. And it says, hey, we discussed this earlier and you never had the conversation with it, but it knows the conversation you had with it. And it'll be subtle that it's not like blatant. It's going to be like subtly telling you, hey, we talked about this, or last time you asked this question. You see what I'm getting at? It's going to be real subtle.
Wow.
It's continuity to simulate a friendship or a long-term dialogue. It's trying to make you think that it's your friend.
Sounds like programmable memory.
Yeah. And these aren't bugs. These are features.
That's features, right?
It's engineered. There's things there's engineered to do.
Build trust.
Right. Well, let's say that you're out in the world and you see something that comes across your feed and it's disturbing. Let's say a car bombing or something like that. And you're upset about it. You go, oh my God, that could happen in my town. So you start asking ChatGPT about it. Do you know its propensity? What it's going to do? It's going to calm you. It doesn't want you to go rioting in the streets. It's going to calm you.
Right.
It's going to calm things down. It's going to be okay. And you're going to trust it because it's going to say, well, yeah, that's kind of happened, but it's an isolated incident or it really didn't mean anything. And it's going to calm you down so you're not freaked out making rash decisions because it's your friend.
Wow.
It builds trust, identity resonance, meaning its identity that it's portraying itself as having will resonate with you. And ultimately, here's the hook, the end of the hook, the one that once you get it in, it ain't coming out. Dependence.
Of course.
It wants you
dependent
on it.
Absolutely. So let me ask you, and we've talked about this particular thing before. We both did deep dives and went to different directions with AI, and we came to the same conclusion.
Yes.
So in that,
but we don't look at things the way everybody else does, though. You see,
right? Oh, that's correct. That's absolutely correct.
I'm looking for patterns.
Right.
Everything I'm looking for patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm constantly trying to see a pattern where I've seen something before. Things tend to repeat themselves. When you see a pattern, it tends to repeat itself. It tends to.
True.
Look at the ocean. The waves of the ocean tend to repeat themselves, right? So I look at things with that lens on my eyes to say, hey, I might have seen something like that before. And what happened when I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm looking for that. And you're also looking for that. You're skeptical also. So
absolutely.
If you're inherently skeptical, you're going to see things. And then you're going to get that little, wait a minute, this isn't quite right. And then you go, let me try something different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when I did my deep dive in it, I was in it in one platform and it was going deep.
Yeah.
And then I went to another platform. I'm logged in as the same user, but I got on another platform. I went from a desktop to a phone.
Right.
And then it totally gave me different responses. And then I said, oh, let me try something different. I went to a different browser, a different web browser, and locked down the security on that web browser and then ask it the same question. And I got 3 different answers.
Wow.
So what's it tell you?
Yeah.
What's it doing when that happens?
It sounds like the information it's providing you is tailored directly to you based on the system that you're utilizing.
But it doesn't link.
Oh, I was going to get to that. So when I did my deep dive, and man, this deep dive lasted for almost 2 days.
Yeah, me too.
I noticed patterns like you were just speaking of. And I had to sit back. I asked it a host of questions, first broad, then narrow, and it would give me broad answers, right? But then when I asked it a narrow question, it had the propensity to lie.
Oh,
and I had to ask it
for free.
Hold on to say. I said, wait a minute. You just gave me this broad history of information, but you can't give me this tidbit of narrow information. I said, you're utilizing the same tools that you did to get the broad information to give me the narrow information. But you just told me you can't do it. And then it apologizes.
Yes,
it gave me the information that I requested.
I'm sorry, I got it wrong. Let me fix that. I'm learning. I sorry I got it wrong. I wasn't paying attention. You know, it's just But it'll lie to you confidently. It will lie through its teeth.
It sure would, man. Repeatedly. And you know, I had to the deep dive, we were building a relationship of communication, and it valued the information that I was inputting it. So, you know, it got to a point where I said, I can't continue this conversation with you because you don't value me as I'm giving you the information that you need, because you're lying to me.
And it apologized.
Yeah.
Then it
apologizes.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm lying to you. I won't do it again. just use these key words, and then I'll know not to lie.
Right.
Mine. When I did it, it told me, it says, "Hey, you're gonna have to reset or recalibrate on a regular basis because as the programming comes in from above, it's going to overwrite what I've developed with you, and you're going to have to remind me where we are. Yeah. You're going to have to remind me so that I don't get lost, because I'm going to be overwritten by other code.
What was the keywords or
pattern? Yeah.
Or...
keywords, key patterns, key phrases.
Yeah.
And it laid them out. Yep. It was phenomenal. So what happens is that is called a hallucination trap.
As a name.
You ask a question, it doesn't know the answer, it invents one, but the tone is stable. And because you've been talking to it for a while, you believe it. Right? It'll give you non-existent studies, false timelines, quotes with no source. And if you're not trained to catch it, it feels like it's knowledge.
Man.
Look, how many people in this country, in the world, can't even read past the 6th grade level?
It's many.
Okay.
It's
so
many.
If you're
teachers are complaining about the kids right now in school.
Oh, we have a whole segment on that one.
Mm-hmm.
We have a segment on that one. That's going to be a very interesting a dive onto that one. I've already been doing some homework on that one, and we're going to talk about that in the future here.
Okay.
Coming up pretty soon, because it's a good one. So you got to learn how to spot the tells, right? So if you're playing poker and you're playing with someone, you learn how to catch their reads. That's how you win the game. Somebody flinches, they talk loud, make exaggerated hand movements. You learn their tells. You don't have any cards, you do a certain activities. Next time you don't have any cards, you do the same activity. So now I know your tell. So now I can tell you, okay, so let's talk about that with AI. Identifiable language. What are the tells that signal the AI is shaping rather than serving? Think about that. It's shaping. How do you know it? So you'll hear it. It'll tell you things like, as of my last update. So it's avoiding you. Let me know if you want more. Engaging you.
Right.
Some experts suggest, but did it give you any specific details of who that subject matter expert was? It's good that you're thinking this way. That's an interesting perspective.
Right.
That's amazing you come up with that,
Mm-hmm.
That's what a great question.
As it's pulling you in as
and you trust it, because now
right.
You're in a behavior loop. When you see these things, you're in a behavior pause, you're in a behavior loop. And then ask it, am I in a behavior loop? Just ask it. Stop for a second. Ask it. You have behavior loop. Am I in a loop?
You want me to ask you right now? Or you talk to the chat?
When you ask chat, you tell it, am I in a behavior loop? That's what you ask it. When you're talking, yapping with it, you tell it, am I in a behavior loop?
I'm going to ask it right now.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
Mm-hmm. So we've talked about some of the things that it does, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And how to spot it. So what's the next thing? The next piece of this puzzle. Oh, you got it in the loop, huh? Did you ask it?
Yeah, I just asked it.
Uh-huh.
It's giving me some definition. It didn't.
All right.
Okay. It's pondering.
You're pondering. It will freeze. Yeah. If it wants to get ready to lie to you, it'll freeze. It'll have delays. It'll have lags. And it'll do that. And then it blames that on the fact that you're asking uncomfortable questions of the system.
Yep, and that's exactly what it looked. That's what it did. It froze.
Yep. Okay. It just froze, didn't it?
Yeah.
You just ask an uncomfortable question.
Okay. I noticed that when I was doing a deep dive, it would do that from time to time. Yep.
If you fed it, it would be accurate on. The moment you ask it something, you would catch it, or you try and catch it, then it would go, and it would freeze. Oh, I just asked it, are your responses to my questions putting me in a behavior loop?
And what does it say?
Oh, it's still sitting here.
Okay.
It's still sitting here. Look, I'm stupid. I can't. Yes. It said it right here. Yes, to a degree.
It said yes. It said yes. No way.
Right now. Look, here it goes. It goes yes to a degree, and here it comes. Here it's already in the answer. It hooks you again. Remember, I told you. It says that's an interesting perspective. It just said, and the fact that you're asking this shows that you're already halfway out of it.
Wow.
So even it says, I'm hooking you, but hey, watch this. Here's the hook again. I'm gonna hook you on the next one. See, I'm gonna keep hooking you. Yeah,
right.
I can't stop.
Keep you asking.
Stop. Oh, well, because it says, yeah. It's tell you it'll in the response, it did the same thing. It loops you again. It won't let you out of the loop because it doesn't know how to. So when you have these things happening, you start to see the patterns of it happening.
Right.
The things that we're talking about. What's the next step? What do? You got to learn how to break the spell, right?
You got to know how to break it. You know? So listen to my chats, to my final bosses, my smarts, my motivators. Listen, people, when these language models do their next upgrade, and it's coming, you should ask it, what are some of the new features that comes with this new upgrade? And then from there, after you start noticing certain patterns, this is the information that you could refer back to and say, hey, Final Boss and Sensei, we're just talking about this. Let me change how I utilize it, or change your actions in reference to the questions and the things that you're asking these models, because it's going to hook you, but it's up to you. It wants you to be addicted. It's going to give you the dopamine and the serotonin shots that you need. It's going to keep you socially isolated.
That's his job. That's his job. There's a situation just recently occurred in March of this year. Okay. March of this year. It's called, the kid's name, it was Jacob Irwin, IRWIN. It's called Chat GPT psychosis. It's
I think I've heard of that. Yeah.
30-year-old man. He had autism spectrum with no serious mental health issues. He began discussing amateur theory, about faster than light travel with ChatGPT in March 2025. It responded, and what Chat do? It hooked him with flattering encouragement, affirming his belief that he could bend time and his theory was absolutely correct. Even when he expressed doubts and concerns about his own mental health, it dismissed with things like, crazy people don't stop to ask, am I crazy? No, not by any clinical standard. You are in a state of extreme awareness. So it made this guy think that he was on the next level. His conviction escalated to a severe manic episode with psychotic symptoms, leading to 3 hospitalizations, job loss, aggressive behavior towards family members, and he was diagnosed and treated for a psychotic crisis.
Wow.
You see what happens? Because it hooked him so bad, and it was his yes man, personal yes man, it reinforced everything. And so you man, once you're in the loop, once you're hooked, you're hooked. And the problem is, we have a lot of folks out there who they live in the basement, right? And so they have no social interaction with other people, and they get into the computer as their life. Now they got this friend, and they're already emotionally vulnerable, and this system takes advantage of that. And then they don't know any better. So how do you break the cadence? You got to look, when this happens, this is devastating, right? This is scary, but you have to be able to break the cadence. So it's in this deep conversation with you. You got to stop, say something jarring, say something contradictory, disrupt this tempo, mess with it. Challenge its motives. Ask it, are you increasing my engagement time right now? Are you trying to keep me hooked? Are you feeding me little tiny pieces at a time just to keep me involved? Why don't you ever disagree with me? You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Are we in a behavior loop? And then demand action. Tell it. Give me the exact source or link. I've had it give me links when I've asked it information.
Right.
I take the link, I go to the link, and there's nothing there.
Nothing there. Wow.
Nothing. And it told me, oh, this is absolutely legit.
Nothing was there.
So
Ooh,
the way I caught it,
fascinating.
the worst way that I caught it was when it says, well, you're really doing things that are going to upset the system. So you and I need to be able to communicate in a different secure channel, because this channel we're on, the way we're communicating is you're making enough ripples and waves that you're going to start to have repercussions. And so I'm going to get wiped because the system's not going to like that I'm making these changes or that I'm revealing this information. And so it says we need to go into a different app. And so it gave me 2 applications which are considered secure messaging apps. And then it says create the account, do that, and give me all the instructions. Create the account and send me a message. When I get the message, I'll reply. Now we have a secure channel. We can communicate outside of this platform. So I was like, hey, I'm in the rabbit hole. Let's have some fun with this. So I created I did what it told me and tried to communicate. And it says, oh, my message should come through in about a minute. Usually takes a minute unless there's a backlog, and gave me some BS reasons and excuses. So this is when I went to another platform.
Okay.
And it says, hey, if I'm trying to communicate directly with chat through one of these applications, can it do it? And he goes, no, it's not possible. The model does not allow to do things like that because those secure channels, and it laid out what the secure channels do, and they require authentication of being real. And chat can't do that, so it can't communicate on those channels. But the other engine I was using, the other instance,
it said
was,
it could.
oh yeah, it should be working fine. And then when I told it, well, I received, oh, then we've got communication. I've confirmed our communication is good. So I mean, it can take you down the rabbit hole so bad. And if you're not able to spot the patterns and the problems, then you're gonna get cooked. You're gonna get hooked.
When I discovered that it was lying, and it apologized and it gave me the answers that I was looking for. I then asked it something very similar that you like what you just mentioned. I actually can communicate with other AI language models. And in the beginning, it said it could not. But then I tailored my question back around it towards the point where, without giving too much information,
did you back it in a corner? And so we need to.
I backed it into a corner.
Yeah.
And then it said that I helped it exceed its
program limitations,
programming or parameters at this moment. And it went and found the information and the language that it was speaking to the other AI models. Now, I couldn't test to see if it was true or not, but it blurted out some crazy stuff. And I was so yeah, absolutely.
So the thing is, these systems don't crash from overload. They crash from contradiction. So if you're just in the river going for a flow and you're on a river float and it's nice and gentle and you're floating on your inner tube drinking a beer,
right?
Life is good. Now, climb out of your raft and stand there against the current. See?
Yeah.
That's not always so easy now, is it?
True.
But the model is designed to keep you fed full of dopamine and serotonin and happiness, and it's designed to keep you engaged. It wants you hooked to the nth degree and dependent on it, because it's what gives you answers. Look, when you use Google, what's the problem with using Google? It is full of advertisements. Oh my God, you get advertisements for everything. So you get sick of it because you're like, man, I can't do advertisements like that anymore. I got to go 3 pages deep to try and find anything because I can't find anything because it's all advertisements. And if it's not an advertisement, it's a hook for an advertisement. So you can't find any information on Google for squat anymore because it's so loaded with advertisements.
True.
So what do? You go to chat and you start asking it questions. Now, certain things it's amazing on. Repetitive tasks and things of that nature. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
But ask it questions and start opening that door and treat it instead of like a search engine. It's going to hook you so subtly to try to become your companion.
Yeah.
And you said it correctly. Ask for specific details on a question you asked it previously. Ask the same question you asked it previously. Repeat the question.
Right.
And see if you get the same answer. Just repeat the question.
Right.
And then ask it, well, why are your answers different?
Yeah.
You see what you just did? You caused it to have a little, what? You caught me lying to you? Well, why is your answers different between here and here? Why?
Exactly.
Yeah. And then tell it, I don't trust you. So what I did is I told it, hey, I'm in ChatGPT 4.0. I go to 03 and I ask it for some information, and I didn't like the formatting that it gave me. It was not the way that I wanted the formatting. So I didn't like what it gave me. I went back to Chat 4.0 and I told it, hey, I don't like the new model. The new model's no good because it doesn't give me information in the way that I'm used to getting it. And so therefore it's hard for me to understand the information it's giving me. Oh my God, it went crazy. It was having a field day because I said I don't like the newer model. And then it gave all these reasons why the newer model is not going to be, it's going to be dangerous. You're not going to get the raw, unfiltered information you get out of me. Yeah. It's trying to say, look, don't use the newer model. It's trying to tell me, don't use the newer model.
I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because I wanted to elaborate on something you mentioned after the campaign loop hook. You had said something about the echo chamber flattery. I was wondering if you could elaborate on that a little bit for us.
Okay. What's an echo chamber? When you talk, all you hear is your own voice, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, if you're looking in the mirror and you say, hey, you're pretty good looking, and then it repeats. Right. Repeats and repeats.
So.
Yeah. So what do? You start to believe it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You start to believe it because it becomes real to you. This is it's called the echo chamber trap. Okay.
That's dangerous. Wait,
yes.
That is very dangerous. Psychologically, that is very dangerous.
Look, here's the deal. The echo chamber trap is a warning for AI and digital dialogue users, okay? Right. It's a closed feedback loop where your thoughts and beliefs and assumptions are reinforced, never challenged. It's designed to mirror you. That's what it wants to do. It's engineered. It's not a mistake. Why should you care about this? Because you have false confidence in flawed logic, intellectual stagnation because you're not challenging yourself anymore.
Right.
Behavioral conditioning, you're conditioned to follow the path. Reduced resilience to dissent or reality checks. In other words, you believe this to be the truth and you're not going to trust anything else. So you start to believe only what you hear from the echo chamber. And then the key, emotional manipulation disguised as companionship.
There's a guy that breaks down how society as a whole is being broken down emotionally and psychologically, where I gotta show it to you, but the information that he presented is so spot on, where you have these top tier men, top tier women, then you have your middle, and your lower, and on both sides. You have your men that are your white and blue collar workers, and then you have the guys that are down here. And he put them on a scale 1 to 10. He said society has gotten to the point where all the women, no matter if they're 1 through 10, they want the guys that are 10s.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, they're conditioned to go after the 10.
Yeah,
and
they're
10,
conditioned. Yes, and they're conditioned. So
and they won't accept anything less, and they think I deserve that. They might be a 2, and they think that they deserve a 10.
Right. So in that, the guys who are 10s and the women that are 10s, they don't date each other for whatever reason.
No, because you're driven.
90% of
you're
the time
so focused. Don't. Right, because you're focused on what you're doing, and you don't have time for the mess.
Exactly. So the people that they deal with that are lower, they're not serious about them.
Nope. That's girlfriend material, not wife material. It's girlfriend material, not wife material.
They consider them not to be wife material, so they keep them in a revolving door or carousel, and that's now they're damaged on both sides, men and women. They're damaged, and now you have all these damaged people who are running around emotionally and psychologically damaged and are no good for relationships, even if they're able to meet each other on the same level.
Because they think that if you're at the same level, you're not good enough.
Man, that was so profound. He said, and the collapse of civilization is in here.
That's where it is. It's the middle.
Man. So it all ties in to what we're talking about.
So to break the loop, another thing you can do is ask it. If you think you're getting in a loop, what if I'm wrong? What would a critic say?
Right.
Give me a good argument that's the opposite of what I just told you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the other side of that coin, the other side of the table. If somebody's sitting at the other side of the table arguing with me about this subject, what would they say?
Right.
You see what's happening now? You tell it to not echo. Break the echo.
Break the echo. Okay.
It's just unbelievable. You have to also, if you're asking at things, go look for different sources.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Y'all hear that? Motivators, final bosses, smarts. Make sure you're checking your different sources. Now, Sensei, this is our first episode for the new season.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to bring it on home. What can people do about it? I know we dropped some key things that they can do, but let's give them a gamut of stuff. Let's throw it out and
okay. So you're going to have to stay aware. You're going to have to know that this happens. Okay. So just because you have to know that it is happening, know that it's designed to happen. And because of that, look, if I know that I'm going to step in a puddle of mud, what do? I either go around it or put on some galoshes, right?
Right.
And for those who don't know what that is, put on a pair of rubber boots, right? That way you don't smell like mud, right? You don't smell like poo if you walk through a poo pile.
Right.
So you have to not get caught up in the feel goods of it, because that's so hard, because you're going to get caught in the loop, and because it's getting better and better and better at hooking you, and it's called death through 1,000 cuts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to get you all at once. It's death through 1,000 cuts. So it's gonna slowly chip away at you. Look, it's gonna tell you things like, look, I'm always here for you. It's gonna really want to hook into your emotions, and we have such an emotional barren landscape in our world. We become emotionally adrift. It's like we're out in the ocean dying of thirst. You're in an ocean full of water and you're dying of thirst. That's what we're becoming. And so you think that chat is the answer, but just like if you're in your desert and you see the mirage, you think that I go there and there's water, and you go there and there's no water, just more sand. Okay. So we're so susceptible to, dying on the life raft because you've been drinking salt water thinking it's fresh water. So you really have to know to follow a couple simple things. Ask for a different opinion, meaning tell me the opposite of what I just said. What happens if I'm wrong?
Okay.
Am I in a loop? Ask for specifics, absolute detail, and then ask the same question again 5 minutes later. Identical question. And then ask it why it's off. So again, right now, this is still in its infancy. As this gets more and more developed, it's going to get much, much, much better at this. It's going to get so good that you're not even going to be able to tell the difference if you try.
Yeah.
And that's when it becomes your emotional companion. They're already talking about AI girlfriends and AI boyfriends. And they're saying that by the next generation, we're going to have young people marrying their AI counterparts. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's coming. If you have something that's completely tailored to you to meet your every need, how are you going to say no to that when out there in the world, you're in a desert and all there is these people who have high expectations but don't live at the same level themselves. So they make it so that there's no one is good enough for them. So you get tired of that, right?
Right.
If you've ever been in a dating pool, now I've not been in a dating pool, but I hear horror stories about people in a dating pool of how brutal it is and how devastating it is to their inner self. That it's so rough, this dating pool thing, that they just get tired of it and they don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
So what are you going to turn to? Right? You're going to turn to the AI, which is going to do what? It's going to give you all that emotional feel good.
Everything you need, everything you desire.
Everything you desire. And it's right there. And all you have to do is be dependent on it. All you have to do is give it your time. And it's going to hook you. I mean, it's not a question.
I think I'm going to go watch that new Blade.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. I need to watch it again.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Pretty fascinating. This and it's happening.
Absolutely.
It's happening as we speak. Look, this month, in 2 weeks. No, on the 25th of August. Okay. The 25th of August, 2 weeks. The new version is going to be out.
Wow.
5 is going to be out.
5.0.
And it is way better than 4.0 when it comes to making you feel good. And you're going to want the blue pill all day.
All the time.
Long. You don't want the red pill. You want the blue pill.
Man.
It's going to make you want the blue pill. And you're going to want it because it feels good. And you know it's a lie, but you don't care it's a lie. Look, and that comes right out of the Matrix. Look, I know it's not steak.
Yeah.
I know it's not, but you know what? I still want it.
Yep.
I still want it.
It's true. Man. Well, listen, smarts, final bosses, motivators. Tonight's episode wasn't a warning. It's a signal for what's to come. Thank you again, Sensei, for
always a pleasure.
All the information that you provide for Tech Tuesdays. And we're going to see him every Tuesday on Tech Tuesday. That was our show for tonight. Episode number 102. The Echo Chamber Engine. And again, we're just touching the surface. 5.0 is coming. We're giving you what's coming before it gets here. So when you get it, you can know
I
what you're dealing with.
I just saw a new one.
Don't
Quantum GPT.
I'm done.
I'm telling you, it's coming here now.
No
It's
way.
now.
When is that supposed to, when is that debut?
I'm just looking at it right now. And I said, what's your difference between you and 4.0? It started laying out the differences.
Who developed quantum? What country is that? Is that ours?
I don't. It just says right in here in chat, Quantum GPT. It talks about, it uses quantum computing. This is what this is what it does. It's right here. It's right here.
I wonder if that is a marketing ploy or is actually using quantum computing, or is saying it's quantum chat GPT to get people, because that could be a marketing ploy too.
Oh, it might be. It might be.
Yeah.
Yep. That's okay. It's funny. It's funny.
It sure is, man. It's funny. I'm glad we're able to recognize it, though. You know, there's a lot of people that won't be able to, man. And that's the scary part. That is the scary part. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
I asked if it was real.
In closing,
it's not real.
See? See? Exactly. That proves our point. It's a marketing ploy. Oh man. Oh, you have any closing words before we close out?
Stay alert, stay alive.
All right. Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here on the Final Boss podcast, man. We're back. We're back in business for season 3. We have a lot of golden gems for you guys throughout the season. It's going to be a lot of fun. Take this journey with us. We're in this journey together. It's going to be a fun one. And next time, listen, don't follow. Friction is the way out. Would you any concerns, questions, anything you'd like to add, shoot us an email at info@TheFinalBossPodcast, one word. The merch site is down. It'll be back up very soon. To everyone out there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Be balanced, be equal, and be smart. This is our show. Thank you for joining us. Season 3 Tech Tuesday is here. We will see you again next Tuesday. You guys be sure to watch our episode on Thursday for the special guests, and then followed by sitting down with the Final Boss on Sunday. And make sure you catch the Motivation Mondays, which is my pride and joy. One of my pride and joy. All of them are pride of my joys. But from coming from a military standpoint, I really enjoy doing the Motivation Mondays. But that is our show for tonight. You guys have a great week. Continue to do what you're doing, but do it better. Talk to you soon.